In some of the last words of the Bible, Jesus says, "Surely I am coming soon." How soon is soon? Can we know? Will we know? Should we know? The day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night. While people are saying there is peace and security, then sudden destruction will come upon them as labor pains come upon a pregnant woman, and they will not escape. This is talking about the people who are in darkness and who are not watching. In the following verses, we see that we shouldn't be surprised. But you are not in darkness, brothers, for that day to surprise you like a thief. For you are all children of light, children of the day. We are not of the night or of the darkness. So then let us not sleep as others do, but let us keep awake and be sober. In order for us not to be surprised, Jesus gave us many signs in Matthew 24, and one of the most important signs is regarding the fig tree, which represents Israel. Jesus said, "From the fig tree learn its lesson. As soon as its branch becomes tender and puts out its leaves, you know that summer is near. So also, when you see all these things, you know that he is near at the very gates. Truly I say to you, this generation will not pass away until all these things take place." Israel became a nation again on May 14, 1948. This makes us part of the final generation that will see all of the last day events. And how long is the generation? Moses wrote, "The years of our life are 70, or even by reason of strength 80. Yet their span is but toil and trouble. They are soon gone, and we fly away." So if we add 70 years to 1948, it takes us to May 2018. If we add 80 years to 1948, it takes us to May 2028. 2018 to 2028 is a 10-year window. In Matthew 24, Jesus talks about all of the last day events, including the tribulation. So 7 years of the 10-year window are taken up by the tribulation. If you believe in a pre-tribulation rapture, then your window narrows considerably. During the first coming of Jesus, he fulfilled all of the spring feasts in their order in the spring. It makes sense that he will fulfill the fall feasts next in their order during the fall. So that puts our outer window of fulfillment back to the fall of 2027. The Feast of Trumpets, interestingly, is also known as the feast where no one knows the day or the hour, as it has a 2-day window dependent on the moon, and equates to the rapture. Subtracting 7 years puts us at the fall of 2020 for a possible Feast of Trumpets fulfillment. And if time is cut short, then the rapture could be as soon as the fall of 2019. And if those days had not been cut short, no human being would be saved. But for the sake of the elect, those days will be cut short. But concerning that day and hour no one knows, not even the angels of heaven nor the Son, but the Father only. For as were the days of Noah, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. For as in those days before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day when Noah entered the ark. And they were unaware until the flood came and swept them all away. So will be the coming of the Son of Man. A pre-tribulation rapture is the only time for it to be where people will be unaware or surprised. Then 2 men will be in the field, one will be taken and one left. 2 women will be grinding at the mill, one will be taken and one left. Therefore stay awake, for you do not know on what day your Lord is coming. But know this, that if the master of the house had known in what part of the night the thief was coming, he would have stayed awake and would not have let his house be broken into. Therefore you also must be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an hour you do not expect. Who then is the faithful and wise servant, whom his master has set over his household, to give them their food at the proper time? Blessed is that servant, whom his master will find so doing when he comes. Truly I say to you, he will set him over all his possessions. But if that wicked servant says to himself, my master is delayed, and begins to beat his fellow servants and eats and drinks with drunkards, the master of that servant will come on a day when he does not expect him, and at an hour he does not know, and will cut him in pieces and put him with the hypocrites. In that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting, and drunkenness, and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. For the grace of God has appeared, bringing salvation for all people, training us to renounce ungodliness and worldly passions, and to live self-controlled, upright, and godly lives in the present age. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. And those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the sky above, and those who turn many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever. And for you who fear my name, the Son of Righteousness shall rise with healing in its wings. You shall go out leaping like calves from the stall. Because you have kept the word of my perseverance, I also will keep you from the hour of testing, that hour which is about to come upon the whole world, to test those who dwell on the earth. And while they were gazing into heaven as he went, behold, 2 men stood by them in white robes and said, Men of Galilee, why do you stand looking into heaven? This Jesus, who is taken up from you into heaven, will come in the same way as you saw him go into heaven.